An unexpected guest meeting my eight-legged housemate, written by Cy Montgomery. There's a thrill that comes with the unfamiliar, a tingle of excitement mixed with a healthy dose of apprehension. That's exactly how I felt when I decided to welcome a black widow spider into my home. It wasn't a decision made lightly, mind you. I've always been drawn to the unusual, the often misunderstood creatures that share our planet, and few creatures are as misunderstood, as feared as the black widow. I knew this wouldn't be your average pet experience. This wasn't a cuddly cat or a playful pup. This was a creature of venom, a spider with a fearsome reputation. Yet there was a certain allure, a curiosity that whispered, what if we could look beyond the fear? So, with a mix of nerves and fascination, I embarked on my journey as a black widow keeper. The moment arrived, the enclosure was ready. I carefully introduced my new housemate, a female black widow, into her new habitat. Her sleek black body, punctuated by that iconic red hourglass, moved with a surprising grace, and in that instant, I knew this was going to be an adventure unlike any other. Black Widow Residence, a peek inside the glass menagerie. The black widow's enclosure is a microcosm of her natural environment. It's not just a cage, it's a carefully crafted habitat designed to mimic the dark, secluded spaces where she feels most secure. The enclosure itself is a glass terrarium, tall rather than wide, providing ample vertical space for web building. Inside, a layer of coconut fiber substrate mimics the forest floor, offering a place for her to burrow if she chooses. A piece of cork bark propped up against the side creates a shadowy retreat and a prime location for her web. Speaking of webs, no black widow enclosure is complete without one. Her web is her masterpiece, a marvel of engineering and artistry. It's a tangled, irregular construction strong enough to snare her prey. And within this silken fortress she spends much of her time, patiently waiting for her next meal. A small, shallow water dish, filled with fresh water daily, provides hydration. I mist the enclosure lightly every few days to maintain humidity levels, replicating the humid conditions she prefers. Widow's Web of Lies debunking common myths, the black widow spider. Just the name evokes fear, conjuring images of a deadly predator lurking in the shadows, ready to strike. But much of what we think we know about these creatures is shrouded in myth and misconception. One of the most persistent myths is that black widows are aggressive, actively seeking out humans to bite. The truth is, they are incredibly reclusive spiders. They are far more likely to flee from a perceived threat than to attack. Bites typically only occur when the spider feels trapped or threatened, such as when someone accidentally touches them. Another common misconception is that their bite is always fatal. While their venom is potent, containing a neurotoxin that can cause severe pain and other symptoms, fatalities are incredibly rare. Modern medical treatment is highly effective in treating black widow bites, and deaths are almost unheard of, especially in healthy adults. And then there's the myth that all black widows have that iconic red hourglass marking. While this is true for many, some variations exist. Some females may have orange or yellow markings, while males, which are significantly smaller than females, often lack the distinctive hourglass. The allure of the unusual. Why I chose a black widow. My fascination with the natural world began in childhood. I spent countless hours exploring the woods near my home, captivated by the intricate lives unfolding around me. I was drawn to the unusual, the creatures that often inspired fear or disgust in others. I wanted to understand them, to see the beauty and wonder that I knew existed beyond the initial apprehension. So, when I had the opportunity to provide a home for a black widow, I didn't hesitate. Here was a creature shrouded in myth and misunderstanding. I wanted to observe her behavior firsthand, to learn about her intricate web building, her hunting strategies, her surprisingly delicate movements. And I haven't been disappointed. Observing my black widow has been a masterclass in patience, in appreciating the subtle wonders of the natural world. I've learned about her feeding habits, her molting process, the subtle ways she interacts with her environment. It's been a privilege to witness the life cycle of this remarkable creature, to gain a deeper appreciation for the often overlooked wonders that surround us. A delicate dance handling and safety with a venomous companion. Owning a black widow, or any venomous creature, is a responsibility not to be taken lightly. It requires a deep respect for the animal, a commitment to safety, and a willingness to prioritize the well-being of both the spider and yourself. The golden rule of black widow keeping is simple: minimize handling. While it might be tempting to interact directly with your 8-legged housemate, it's crucial to remember that she is not a creature to be handled regularly. Black widows are not aggressive by nature, but they will bite if they feel threatened or trapped. Instead of handling, focus on observation. Watch how she builds her webs, how she patiently waits for prey, how she moves with surprising grace. Use long-handled tools to make any necessary adjustments to her enclosure, always moving slowly and deliberately to avoid startling her. Invest in a good pair of long-handled tongs and a catch cup. These will be your go-to tools for any interaction with the enclosure or the spider herself. If you need to move her for any reason, gently encourage her into the catch cup using the tongs, avoiding any sudden movements.